Excuse me, while they're waiting for their picture, could we just give them a huge round of applause? This is so amazing.
Welcome. My name is Kim Panton. We'd like to welcome you to the Northeast PANDAS Parents Association first conference ever. Thank you. So, I am one of the founding members of the organization, and I wanted to take a moment to introduce you all to the other people who have been working very hard. We have right here Lisa Hart, Kathy Witkos, Jennifer Vitelli, Lisa Grizzola, Peggy Chapman, Megan Greenstein, and Tiffany Maxwell. So we would like to thank you for all being here today. The response to the conference was overwhelming. We were able to get everyone in who wanted to come in, so we're very happy about that. We are so appreciative of all the speakers who have donated their time to be here today to share the information with all of us. Yes. And we would like to take a moment to thank some of the sponsors who have helped make this possible, and their information is in the program book today. Whether you're a parent of a child with PANS or PANDAS or a clinician supporting our children, we are hopeful that through the information that you receive and share when you go home this weekend, that we can raise awareness and expand the medical care that our children need. We got together because we really want to make a difference. And there's 3 goals for our association. One is to provide an opportunity for parents to meet and come together and see that you're not alone, you're not isolated, that there's a lot of us. And another goal is that we help the medical community and the clinicians that are trying to help our children. They are working tirelessly day and night, the majority of them, and are really trying to help us. And so if there's ways that we can help them, we want to be able to do that, not just today, but moving forward. And we'd like to try to expand the quality and treatments. There's a lot of doctors that are working alone, and if we can help them and expand their reach, then it's just going to benefit all of us. So I just want to thank all of the doctors who have traveled from so many states. There are people here from over 30 states and Canada, and there's over 100 doctors here from different states from across the country. So as most of you know, we asked you to do a survey because we thought it would be a great way to see who's in the audience today and what's happening today with everybody here. So as you can see, the majority of people are from Massachusetts, but 75% of the people are from New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts. And there are people here from 30 states and provinces today. The vast majority reported that the age of onset happened before the age of 10. Interestingly, 8, 7, 5, and 4 were the greatest responses for ages when the onset happened. Our findings show that it was equal in gender, pretty much equal, boys and girls. There wasn't a big difference. And 37% of us reported that we do have more than one child with PANS or PANDAS. So we pretty much knew this answer, but 75% said that their pediatrician did not diagnose. And we really hope that at our next conference, this number changes. Yes. So we see here that 62% of you reported that it took 1 to 5 doctors to visit to get a diagnosis. And 38% of you, it took more than 5 doctors to get a diagnosis. You can see that we all see a lot of doctors. Yes. And we all see a lot of specialists. Too many to just list. The number 1 treatment that was reported was antibiotics. The number 2 was cognitive behavior therapy, and number 3 was homeopathic health. The vast, vast majority said that they saw moderate improvement, but still difficult in daily life. And Over 76 responded that you have tested for Lyme, which means that Lyme is important for the parents in this room. And this is, again, not something that is surprising, but the vast majority do not get full insurance coverage, which brings us to our next slide, that collectively in this room, we have spent over $3,309,550 to try to get our children well. I'll pause for a moment here. Over 26% had to leave their job to help care for their child. And this isn't a surprise, but a lot of you have missed a lot of work treating for your child. And again, not another surprise, 64% of us in this room reported that our child needs to be on an IEP to help get through school. And we all have a lot of emotions in this room for a lot of different reasons. And here are these emotions. And that's the survey. So before I introduced Diana, I just wanted to say a few words. Most of you in this room know her, but for those that don't, I have the true honor of introducing our next speaker, Diana Pohlman. I might get emotional. Diana is the founder and executive director of PANDAS Network. And she's a mom of a child with PANDAS, and she helps me personally when my son got very sick. And she helped us so much. So for those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting or speaking to her, I hope that you have the opportunity to do so for the next 2 days. And this conference wouldn't happen without her, if it weren't for Diana and her inspiring commitment to unraveling the mystery of pandas. Diana started PANDAS Network in 2009 when her son became ill, and she has spent the last 5 years helping desperate parents find answers, connecting doctors and researchers, funding research, and promoting PANS and PANDAS awareness throughout the country. Diana and other moms were instrumental in getting the NIMH IVIG started. And also, more importantly, some of you might know this, might not know this, but Diana is responsible for converting Dr. Jim Leckman of Yale from a PANDAS critic to a PANDAS believer. So she has spent the last 4 years helping hundreds of parents, taking their calls throughout the day and night, raising money for research, and keeping all of us up to date on information and the condition on her website. Diana does this at no charge. She is selfless, dedicated, compassionate, and supportive, and we are so very lucky to have her in our community. And we just wanted to thank Diana for everything that she does. So you're on. Thank you.
Well, this is pretty overwhelming. Usually I just sit in my kitchen and look at my computer all day long. So I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to be quick. But, really, I have some remarks I'll read, but I just wanted to say from my heart first that the reason I keep doing this is because I never knew how much each parent can love their child. I thought I loved my child a lot, and then I realized how much everybody loves their child so deeply, and the power that everybody has is amazing. That you guys put this together today is amazing. So. The power of love, as they say. Anyways, thank you, Kim and the Northeast Parents Committee, for creating this huge grassroots happening. There is a tsunami of need. There's the ivory tower doctors, there's the cool doctors, and there's a tsunami that, frankly, I think the social media has created. Beth Maloney's books has raised tremendous awareness. The doctors you see here this weekend have been here from the beginning, and they will always be here for us. They're amazing. So, why are we here today? Because we are honestly at a tipping point. Our needs as families have far outreached the medical community's recognition. This year, I think the science will increasingly prove that our child's illness is real. The IVIG study will be released. Hopefully, it'll help other practitioners know what's happening with our children. This is an autoimmune process. I'm absolutely convinced of that. And if it's caught early, it's curable. It is, but you have to do something. And if it's not completely curable, it's manageable. Our children deserve that. I wanted to, don't you think? They deserve management, at least. I wanted to introduce our wonderful board. We just newly incorporated as a real, nonprofit. And I hope the board members don't mind. Dr. Sue Sweeto is an advisor to our board. Dr. Beth Latimer, are you here? She coming? Okay. Amy Smith is nurse practitioner on our board. Stand up, Amy. Where are you? There she is. Somebody who's very quiet but is the fuel behind this amazing website, Vicki Blavitt. Stand up, Vicki. There you are. This woman is a social media genius. She's amazing. Maggie Gold-Seelig is on our board. Thank you so much, Maggie. And Kathy Whitkos. And a wonderful nonprofit advisor, professional nonprofit advisor, Haley Flack. Oh, well, anyways. So I wanted to say that in preparation for this meeting, and actually Tanya Murphy and Beth Latimer, other doctors had expressed that often parents don't have any material about PANDAS when they go into doctors' offices. So we created, and they're on the back table when you go out, the first ever brochure on PANDAS. So when you're a new patient in a doctor's office, you have a little bit to read about. What is PANDAS? How does it affect your family system? Possible tests you'll do. So we're going to be sending out this literature. We have substantial donations. Yay! So, and I'd like to also lastly thank Dr. Mike Janicki, who's not here, but he gave us a substantial donation to help with literature. Am I going? Okay, I'm still on time. All right, here's my little spiel. Here we go. This is a grassroots movement born solely from word of mouth. How did we come to be? In 2007, my 7-year-old son had a severe onset that literally brought our family to its knees. It took 1 year, but the term PANDAS finally came up. And then in our town, we found 20 more families. And we created a binder and showed it to Dr. Jim Leckman and Dr. Kyle Williams. And they decided that maybe PANDAS was real. And they listened, and they worked with Sue Sweeto to do something for the 20 families. The first case to email me was a father with a 2-year-old child. I'd literally put the website up, and within 2 seconds, I didn't even know how to do a website. I had to have my neighbor do it at the kitchen table anyways. And this father called with a 2-year-old baby, just having strep and having problems, and he called me back a week later and said, the antibiotics worked, my child's fine. And then the next day, a father with a 7-year-old girl. So we grew and grew and grew. Within 1 month, there were 60 cases. Within 2 months, there were 100 cases. And these doctors answered the call. Beth Maloney's book came out, and then the avalanche began. So we must keep the momentum going. We need more support groups. We have about 20 in the United States, but we need more. And we also we have a funding campaign that we're going to launch this year, 2014, a call to action. And they're kind of ambitious, but I think we can do it. There's a call to have a national registry to document cases and support, and it will allow researchers to diagnose and research, the blood types of our kids or whatever. So we have to create, the format for the registry has been created, but it needs to be fine-tuned, and we need some funding for that. We're going to be developing toolkits for healing and coping for parents from the emotional level, and some ideas on how to get through PANDAS. We're going to develop funding and awareness building guides for people so you know how to fundraise in your community. And we're going to try to donate to doctors to allow them to convene and meet as often as possible so they can assess their treatment styles, etc. Okay. So we're really going to need your support. We have 100,000 people signing on to our website, but only 2,000 people really are very active with Facebook and emails and stuff like that. So we're really going to try to activate those other 100,000 people. About 20,000 people read the website a month. So, our latest project we have worked on for a few years is the National Descriptive Survey. I don't know if you've seen that, but this will be published. You can fill it out. It's online, and you can fill it out, and it allows researchers to understand what's happening with our community. We have about 500 people who filled it out thus far. Okay, so we've been busy. The last thing we're trying to do is we're continuing to try to get doctors to meet each other. We've introduced Dr. Jatan Agayu to Dr. Pat Cleary, the Massachusetts general doctors to Stanford. I mean, it's a slow process, but we're getting there. So let's see what we can do this weekend. Let's learn from these amazing doctors.